also like you play with your code switching. The average black person in the corporate space, you know, to maintain your shit all the time because you don't want to fuck up your check. But this dude got comfortable around whites, and whites had to remind his ass. It's like Paul Mooney says, everybody gets their nigga wake up call. And he got hit.
He got
God
his.
bless
I
the
agree
dead.
with you on that.
God bless the dead too. Paul Mooney. What you think, Alex? So you can address the video if you like, but you know, how do you show up at work? Is code switching necessary?
So this is the first time that I've seen the video, so I don't know anything about Shannon Sharpe or whatever the other man's name is. But if that was his
Wow.
I'm just saying, I'm sorry. But if that's supposedly his friend, to me, the outburst looks like it's something that's been built up. I don't know if he normally reacts like that. But what I don't know. I need more context. I think I need more context when it comes to that particular situation.
That's fair.
But yes, code switching is necessary. I need and want my check. And I think to keep a peace of mind, I think to keep a safe space at work, you have to. You have to know how to move in different rooms and different spaces, whether that be in work or out of work, whether that be in your intimate circle of work friends, when you're in the room with your boss, when you're in the room with potential partners, you have to. But I think as Black people, we've been doing it. It's ingrained in us. I think a lot of times it's something that we don't even second guess. I don't even think a lot of times that we realize that we're doing it. And for some, it's looked at as professionalism.
Oh, okay. So you deem code switching professionalism?
I think in the workplace, yes.
But you can't be yourself and just not use bad words or the term nigga because you're not with your people. Like, would that consider code switch?
No, I'm not saying particularly in the sense of the term of using the word nigga. I'm just saying like the way you carry yourself. Like you have to remain professional. Like it's different if I'm with the people that I'm like my friends at work and we're hanging out and we're doing an independent something different project. We're going to speak differently. The vibe is going to be a little bit more relaxed. But when a boss or the CEO comes in and we're having a meeting amongst other people, you know, a certain decorum is needed to be had. I don't necessarily know if I would call that code switching or would I just call that me being professional.
Okay.
Basically, different environments call for different ways of responding. You have different behaviors. Sorry to chime in there, but I got what you meant, Alex.
No, you're right. You're right.
I understand that, but is it
But
code switching? I guess
I wouldn't call it code switching.
No, you're just learning how to be in different environments.
Right.
Calling it, to me personally, calling it code switching is saying that Black people can't be professional.
And we can.
So my thing is being professional is being professional. Doesn't mean that I'm code switching because I'm not using slang or I'm just being more in my proper appearance. I work in the medical field. So yes, when I have directors that are coming in, directors of nurses and things like that I have to deal with, or in my environment in general, because it is a hospital, I'm going to act a certain way versus when I'm at home. Now, does that mean I'm code switching? No, it's just, this is my element that I'm in at this time. You need to know as a person, not even just being Black, but as a person, how to adjust in certain surroundings to survive. Because if you don't, you won't. And just like the situation in the video that I seen, he was allowing this man to eat him alive. You get what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, I understand why you're reacting, but sometimes I feel like that emotional piece of it, you got to keep it out, because what it seems like to me is, what is that, Skip? That white dude?
Bayless.
But
whatever he was saying, he's felt for a long time. So my thing is, was his emotion, again, back to, was his emotion based off of what he said exactly, or the fact that he thought that this dude was his friend? So my thing is, like he said, he feels like he was taking a shot at him, which it was, because why are you involving this person and his opinion about how somebody's doing? It's like, you can't have an opinion about, oh, somebody's just doing they're not having a good week. Oh, are you mad because they're not having a good week because they're better than you? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of that is underlying issues that people do have, and they do cover up because of whatever they're trying to put out there to the public eye. So there may be some issues that, you know, Skip does have against Shannon that is just, you know, was just covered up for so long, and he was triggered.
Okay, that's fair. What you was about to say, B?
I was going to say, maybe it's just me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's just who Shannon is, like, overall as a person. Like, if you watch some of his interviews, you'll see he is a very, I guess you could say, rambunctious person. Now,
Like animated?
Yeah. Now I've never recalled a time he ever threw his glasses off, but again, if you watch some of his interviews, you'll see the high pitched voice and the intensity, the compassion about the topic. So, I mean, we can say that probably is who he is. Like, he's a very passionate person.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got to keep in mind too, like it's a debate show, right?
Yeah.
So, Love, you talk. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. Don't come from my boy Shannon, y'all, because there's been times
I want
when
to
you
say
had
a lot
hold
more.
on,
I'm
let
trying
me
to give
finish.
you
It's my turn. You talk.
though.
You talk. All right. You mean to tell me you never been in an argument with somebody or gone back and forth, and then you got upset and started like yelling or boom, 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 like anywhere. Like it happens. Me and Q, man, I remember one time me and Q got into it. I was mad the whole next day, yo. But that just happens when you already, and I was mad at myself, like, damn, you still mad at this nigga? But it's just the heated nature of always going back and forth. So was Skip wrong? Like, absolutely. Cause Shannon was right too for Chuck. Really, he could have went off a lot further, and I think he still could have been good. You know, he's doing other things now. He might have would have got let go of. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it happens with us all, regardless of your work environment. We are not always in control, especially in an environment when you're going back and forth with somebody for how long they been doing it, like 5-6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the nature of it. Boom, 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 and you're gonna catch it.
But all I'm saying is, I have so much to say right now, but I'm gonna keep it real short. You're right. The nature of the show is a debating show. I mean, kind of the premise is to debate. So if you're a true debater and a skilled debater, then you should know how to handle those kind of situations and to get your point across without throwing your glasses and showing that you are butthurt. Of course, I've gotten upset. I've gotten upset before I work, of course. But as I've matured in my emotional maturity, in my emotional intelligence, I know how to react when it comes to those kind of situations. And so all I'm saying, yes, absolutely. Because I know people make me, I have a bad temper, but very rarely will anyone know because I don't allow that part out. And
hold on, but how much confrontation are you involved in at work? Because they're doing this first thing in the morning for years, and that's all that they are doing.
You understand that at work, I was constantly, my intelligence was constantly being questioned. Mm-hmm. Like that was my job. I was the only female, the only Black in charge. I had people come to me left and right, questioning my intelligence, questioning my qualifications, questioning if I deserved to be in those spaces that they weren't allowed to go into. And I was in a room full of nothing but white men for years. And so they would ask me questions, try to get the gotcha moment. So I've been in situations and I've learned how to maintain my composure. Did I immediately do it? No, I was also in my 20s and 30s too. But as I've gotten older and been in those same situations, I know how to control compose myself. That's all I'm saying. He could have composed himself, come back with facts, come back with stats, or come back and skip a different way. But let's not forget, these two are friends. They also, I believe, play characters, right? And so I think they fall into the characters. And I think Skip was still in character. Shannon got out of his character because he really got butthurt. So let's be very clear. I watched this show. And I'm sure that you all on the top row, I shouldn't assume that. I'm assuming you guys watch it as well a lot. You know they are playing characters. That's why Skip was like, put your glasses back on. Why are you so mad? Because he was still in character. Shannon got out of character because he really took it to heart that he was getting compared to Tom Brady, and he left when he was 35, and Tom's still playing when he's 45. Which I can't stand Tom Brady. But all I'm saying is he came out of character, not Skip.
Fuck Skip Bayless.
I'm not capping for Skip. Don't do it. I'm not capping for him. F him. I don't care about him. What I'm saying is the situation at hand is what I'm addressing, right? And so I'm not capping for him. Like, I don't even, who cares about him?
Yeah, but he hit a note though, because I got friends that are professional. Yeah, I got friends that are professional athletes, man. And if you even know the remote level of ego that these guys have, it's just like, yeah, like I said earlier, he got off his square, but he did touch something that is profoundly sensitive and near and dear to a Shannon Sharpe, right? So it's like, even though, yeah, we were playing characters, like, it's like, yo, what the fuck did you just say to me? Do you know who the fuck I am? Like, it went straight into ego mode, but he caught himself. He was just like, you know what? Whatever, right? It's like, that's not going to go into a fight. He's not going to fuck up his money. Plus, it's like, Skip Bayless is like 30 pounds. Like, it's not going, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to fare well for Shannon, but he did touch his ego, though.
Well,
I don't think he touched his ego as much as it could be that they were having sidebar conversations and some slick shit was probably being said off camera. And I don't know who the fuck made the point, but I'm gonna give you your credit to whoever was kind of saying that it just seemed like some stuff that was built up and held in. Alex. That's what that was given to me. Like to A Love's point, yes. If you watch the show, they are in character. To B's point, Shannon is a very passionate person, but for what it looked like with that particular episode, something had to be said other than just Tom Brady's a better player than you, and then it struck his ego. Like that shit. Maybe like he's been saying it. Yeah,
over
like
over.
It's some other shit, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and people feel differently about their passions too. Like you got to understand, just like how some people are triggered by you talking about their kids, like we talking about somebody's passion. So anything can trigger them in regards to their passion. I give grace for anybody that feels disrespected in regards to something they're that passionate about. You get what I'm saying? So it's like people work so hard to get in the position that they are, especially athletes. They work so hard to get where they are. It's like talking about their children. So to blatantly on TV disrespect them and talking about something that he feels so passionate about, it's like, yo, like you know what my trigger is. And I feel like he intentionally just went ahead and hit that trigger because he knew he was going to get a reaction. I don't care how professional you are, how much you know, everybody has a trigger that may cause for them to do something that they normally would not do. And from the athlete perspective, I know athletes specifically feel that way about who they were during their time.
Yeah, and he's a Hall of Fame level talent. Like and he told him you don't care about his Super Bowls, you don't care about the fact that he's in the Hall of Fame. That would get you punched in your mouth.
I just want to also just chime in before we switch topics to what Asia said. I think when you are skilled in the art of debate, you improve your argument, you don't raise your voice, right? And I think a lot of times people think because they're being loud that their point is correct, and a lot of times it's not. I have seen people, and I've been in spaces, and I actually admire people who can say everything that they need to say in a cool and calm manner. They don't need to raise their voice, and they don't need to swear. Like, those are the people that, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to play with you. Because that's a different type of self-composure or decorum that you have. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Any final thoughts on this?
I got a final thought. But part of me is like, that's what Shannon Sharpe get too, because he be up there while Skip be disrespecting all these athletes, talking crazy, and he keying, and now boom, you got hit with it and you don't like it. But it was cool when everybody else was getting it. So it's my final thought.
Man, word. Interesting. So did we wait?